Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons and our FIFA 21 Sunderland Manager Mode series. So we do have a small little update to do for everybody since it has been a while that we've got a video out there. I did move over to the PlayStation 5 from my full. So one thing that tends to happen with that is I didn't transfer the save files over. One, it just became a hassle. I just didn't want to deal with it, to be honest with you. I got too excited, just wanted to play it. So I didn't do all that. So what that means is where we left off from the PlayStation 4 version, I tried to more or less pick it up where we are currently in the Champions League. Now, I tried a couple different routes, simulating some stuff. For one season, that just didn't work out. So I pretty much just swapped us out with one of the teams from League One. So we do have a little bit different table as far as I don't think Portsmouth is in. That came up along with us out of League One into the championship. And a lot of the players, that's another thing. You know, a lot of the players obviously are not going to be the same with what we had built up. We are going to be, I don't want to say a lesser team, but I think it's pretty true. I mean, that's really what we are, is coming into it is really going to be more or less a lesser team in this grand scheme of it all. So what you're seeing right now is a preseason tournament to the Champions League, or championship for the EFL. Now, this is the European Shield tournament that we had decided to start in. And really, I didn't know much about our roster coming into it. Obviously, there were some people that were still there from before. Gooch, as you can see, is one of them. He's still putting up a lot of points. Scowen, O'Neill, O'Brien. You know, we still had some of those core players, but we also had a lot of new faces that I needed to get used to seeing out there. And so it became, I normally don't play the preseason tournaments. I'll just simulate them just to kind of see. But I needed to get a feel for the team and how we would do against some competition. This isn't, these guys, the teams we're playing against right now are not anything great. So the measuring stick I was hoping for really wasn't there for us. But I think we got used to how we can play and our formation set up, at least for our end. Once we actually get the season underway, it's going to be, man, I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more of a challenge versus what we had before, right? Mainly, like I said, we won't have Basagog, we won't have Lecco, we won't have any of our guys that we brought in that really helped build that team up to what it was. We do still have Waikiki. We started out with him last season. We still have McGeady that are still on the roster. Will Grigg we're not going to be able to start out with because I guess, and realize Sunderland put him on a loan out to a different team. And, well, when you play with an updated roster, he's on loan out to a different team. And I guess I could have just done the whole, look, let's call him back. But, I don't know, that just didn't seem to feel right to do that with where we were. So we are doing the best with what we got, and before the season starts, we're going to try to bring in some guys. I know we need to start out obviously with our attack, but we're also going to have to make defensive focus. The midfield we're generally semi-solid in, even with having, continuing to have Scowen and all that, with where he's at. I think he's around a 70 overall, give or take, so we're going to have to get better there. I think we will do that as we go along in the season, and we will eventually get our team up to what we need it to be. But where we were, and when we left off with the series, I'm not sure our team is quite at that level. So instead of fighting for advancement, I have a feeling we're going to have to be fighting against relegation in this season that's coming up. That's just my feeling. We just don't have the accuracy up front, the stingy defense in the back, and that's going to be a problem, I have a feeling, coming in. You can see we're subbing out Waikiki for Stewart, who's a 64 overall. And really, when you're in the championship, EFL championship, you need to have guys that are in their 70s. As far as their overall rankings, 60s isn't going to really do it. So we have some high 60s, but like I said, it's going to take a lot to improve on. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned it before. Here we are in the finals of the European Shield, playing off against, I don't know, some Dutch team, I think. To be honest with you, I do like. It is cool that the stadium announcers in this one, they're not all English. As you know, he's speaking Dutch and all that. I'm saying Dutch. I may sound like an idiot. That may not even be what that is. But it's definitely the language of the country that the stadium's in. So that is pretty cool how they have that going, updated on. But we are going to have a tough road. As you can see, even in this final, being down 1-0 coming into 80 minutes, we are able to get that tie, the equalizer. And this is kind of doing a little chicken crawl. I'm not sure how that's a celebration, but whatever. We'll get beyond that when the time comes. It's something that I think we're going to have a lot of come from behind games in this. I just really do. I just don't see how we can continue the same type of play that we had. But we're going to do everything we can. And we're going to fight to the end of every single one of these games is what's going to happen. And that's the kind of thing that Sunderland is, right? That's how we were in the last series. Even though, where we left off, we got beat by teams like Everton 3-1. We were tied with them for the most part of the game. And so we can keep it close. And you're going to see us continue that same effort coming into this year. It is just going to be a completely different squad for the most part. And there we are, getting the goal to take the lead just a few minutes later. Still playing it outside, pushing it into the box, getting that final shot. It's something that I'm excited for what we're going to be and what we're going to be able to do coming into this series. And I really love these graphics for the PS5. I just absolutely love how they did that. Kudos to Sony and PlayStation development on that. So this has been a little touchy of a switch over. I said we had that long delay from getting the PlayStation 5, but also we had Texas the ice storm that knocked power out, and just before that we had COVID in our house. So it's been a rough month, but I think getting back into it, getting this series going, and back in the flow, it's just going to help make things just that much better for us. And you already taking home the Shield, it's just the beginning. Right, this is just the beginning of what we are going to be able to do here at Sunderland AFC. We are going to continue with our coach, Mr. Leighton Champion, as we fight to get to the top of the Premier League. That is our goal. Get to the Premier League, become number one, win that, and continue the winning traditions and get back to what Sunderland football was, a couple decades ago. So, all right, this is where we are going to kind of leave off with it to get the series kick-started. In the next episode, we will probably get through the first couple games of the EFL Championship, and we'll kind of see how that goes. We are going to finish up working on our formation and all that stuff right now, but I'll catch y'all up on that in the next episode. So remember to hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And if you are excited about this series, hit that thumbs up button because we really do appreciate it, and it does greatly help out the channel. And I will see y'all as we get this championship kicked off in the next episode. So as always, everybody, stay safe, and well, you know how it goes. Later, y'all.